Alright, hey guys. So, a lot's been going on the last couple of days. I just wanted to make a quick video and update. So, today is, I'm counting it as Friday, what is today's date? Friday, 25 October. I'm counting it as Friday because I haven't been to sleep yet. I think technically it's Saturday, it's after midnight. So on Wednesday, I had an appointment with my ENT, ear, nose, and throat doctor. I cannot pronounce the official name of that doctor, like what the actual specialty is called. So we're just going to say ear, nose, and throat doctor. So I found out a couple of things. So the whole point of me going to see an ear, nose, and throat doctor, and yes, that's a cat. I do have my cats back. Technically we've had custody of them the entire time. They've just been in a different house. The Viking has been taking care of them at a different location. So I just have them here now, which is nice. It's too cold for them to be where they, have been staying. So, also, now that some stuff has been moved around, there's like more room for them here, and there's less things that they can screw up here. So, that is Dr. Gonzo. So, anyway, he has all of his claws in my shirt right now, but not in me, just like in my tank top. He's probably the only one who's gonna appear in this video right now, because I think Bellatrix just went downstairs. Anyway, so, but when you see weird movement behind me, it's him with my burrito blanket. Anyway, so I went to an ear, nose, and throat doctor because my pain management doctor wanted me to have an ear, nose, and throat doctor find out if there was something throat related going on that is the reason that my air and swallowing and stuff intermittently gets cut off. Basically just to make sure that it's not a throat thing as opposed to a neck thing, because if it is not a throat thing, if we rule that out completely, then we know for sure that it is either an issue of like spine instability, or I'm trying to think of the word, disc instability or whatever, that is cutting off the air, and then we deal with it on that level. So it is easier to take a look at it through the throat first and just go ahead and exclude those things. So I go in for that appointment. Initially he had recommended someone in Chicago. Because of my insurance situation, I needed to see someone in Indiana. So we had to go through and do a different referral. And so I saw a doctor she's very nice, actually. I like her quite a lot. And so the very first thing that she did, I'm going to show a picture from one phone to the camera that I'm using right now and hope that it shows up. Alright, so see that tool right there? That tool, and that is a standard table in a doctor's office. I want you to understand the sheer length of what is happening on that table, okay? Like, the handle of that is the size of a normal, like what you'd examine an eye or an ear with, and then the rest of that tube. Just understand the length of that tube. Alright, so here's what happened with that. So she comes in and she's like, we're gonna numb your your nose and your throat. So put that in there, because she's gonna shake hands with my sinuses or whatever, my nasal passage, by sticking that inside. So she's like, this has a decongestant and lidocaine. So she pops it up each nostril, this little tiny thing with spray, sprays it, hands me tissue, says don't blow your nose. Okay. So I've already been having problems with this sinus, and I don't know if you can tell from the camera, but this side of my face is puffier, like puffy going on here. I don't have it really going on here. I have a cat going on there. Ow, buddy. Bare skin. So anyway, so she, pops it up there, and then I asked, is there a specific side you're going to use? And she said, well, whichever one's clear, unless you have a preference. And I'm like, well, I'd rather you didn't do this side because I don't want to take my nose ring out. She said, oh, you wouldn't have to take it out. But, I don't really like anything up there with the nose ring because, it already feels a little crowded with the nose ring. So she went up this side. So she's, feeding it up there. I will not get into the details of what that feels like. But basically, at one point, she's like, are you panicking? And I was like, yes, I am. Please just keep going. Because I knew that no matter how bad it was, it was going to be done faster if I didn't ask her to stop, pause, wait, pull it out, and put it back in, any of those things. Also, anything she was doing was less painful than, the thousands of other kinds of pain that I experienced. It was just gross pain. It was just disgusting. I don't like anything in my nose. I don't like anything in my throat, and I know I'm opening myself up to some really gross jokes right now. Please don't, thanks. Anyway, so, she does the thing, and she's like, oh, you're gonna feel it. Can you open your mouth? Can you make this noise? Can you make this other noise? Again, guys, let's take the high road on this part. Can you cough? Will you, she's like, all right, I'm gonna look down the other side. Feel it come up a little, go down a little, and I'm holding this, little, emesis basin, because I had asked for an emesis basin, because that little, a thing in case you sick up, because, I was, really scared I was gonna get sick from it, because, she was basically gonna climb down my gag reflex, but no, I imagine, I think about, 12-year-old or 13-year-old May, when I first had, I guess I was I don't know, I think about young me when I had medical testing done, kind of the first time when I had medical testing done, when they were concerned about some neurological things, which came back, with nothing really scary or anything, but I think about, how much I would not have been okay during those tests, how much I wasn't okay having my eyes examined at age 10, comparatively, she does this horrible thing to my face, and it was oh, all right, let me just get a tissue and, tidy up, all right. Anyway, so that went on for, much longer than I would have liked. So, anyone who's watched the video where I talked about my new general practitioner knows that he was not, I think I talked about him on a video that I've released, I'm not 100% sure. Anyway, my new general practitioner is kind of a jerk in that, basically when I told him that I have tummy issues, he was like, you're on too much medication. You shouldn't be on that much medication. And I'm like, but I have CRPS. And he was like, what is that? Whoa, why am I seeing this guy? He was like, you should take less tummy meds, less ulcer meds. And in addition to that, you should eat some flax seed. So, I was like, oh, okay. Looked up flaxseed. I'm like, let me not eat some flaxseed, because, I'm also taking, a new antidepressant that, gives you other tummy issues. So, anyway, just the whole digestive system hates me already. So, I am not eating flaxseed. Um, I spend a great deal of my time incredibly nauseous, and I have an acid thing a lot. So anyway, this doctor says, you have an acid thing, and it's actually making a thing in your throat region. So I'm like, oh, that sucks. And she asked about meds, and I was like, my GP said take less Pepsid and eat some flaxseed. I was professional. I wasn't like, he's an idiot. I was like, here was his recent advice. He was concerned about my medication intake and suggested that I, lower my Pepsid dose and instead have some flaxseed. However, I did not decide to have the flaxseed because I have some side effects from this other medication that I think make the flaxseed a bad idea. So anyway, she was like, you know what? We're going to prescribe a different med for that. Instead of the Pepsid, we're going to go with some Prilosec, and that's what we're going to do instead for a while. And she's like, we're going to schedule a swallow study, and then you're going to come back. So I was like, a swallow study? She's like, yeah, I don't think that this necessarily is the issue, but just in case, we're going to just go ahead and clear all this up. So make an appointment for a swallow study. Okay, still didn't know what this was. All right, good. Right, I'm figuring I'm getting an endoscopy, but swallow study sounds less scary than an endoscopy, so right on. Go up front, they give me a little card, tells me how to schedule a swallow study, so a couple days later, I talked to somebody. It might have been the next day. Anyway, so I scheduled a swallow study. They're like, we only do this at 8 or 8:30 in the morning. All right. I'm going to be a very unhappy kitty on 20 November because I'm going to be going and having this swallow study done. So I post about it online, find out a friend has had this done, and apparently all I have to do is sit with a camera and eat a couple of things, and they're not even unpleasant things. It's like little pudding, little cookie with pudding on it, a little cookie without pudding on it. So even with my morning nausea, should be fine. Maybe get up a little early, or maybe sleep early in the night and then pull an all-nighter and then come home and go to bed. I don't know for sure. Either way, shouldn't be that bad. The worst part is I need to find out how much of my earrings I need to take out, because when they needed x-rays of my neck area, they needed a lot of my earrings taken out. So gotta figure that part out. That's the worst part of it. Anyways, so there's that. And then so